It's November and the holidays are edging ever so closer, and Nintendo Switch games are being released all over the place. There's a lot of games being released this month, including Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We're not talking about that. While we are waiting for a certain Pocket Monster game to be released, here are 4 games that I think you should play on the Nintendo Switch, and my first impressions on them. I've played a few hours of each game, so this is more of a first look than a review of each game. But I wanted to tell you my thoughts on each game and the short impression I've had on them, and whether or not I'd want to keep playing them. 2 indie games, 2 AAA games, all Switch all the time. These are 4 Switch games I think are worth talking about, and after this video, I hope you give at least one of them a try. And with that, let's start with our first game, Lonesome Village. In this adorable adventure, you play as this cute fox, or a coyote, not sure, and you enter the village of Ouroboros. We enter this mysterious tower in the village, and with the help of this magnifying glass, which can help you reveal things that you can't see normally, you can solve puzzles to release the trapped villagers from their statue prison, and return the town to its former glory. The game is so charming as the art style is cute, filled with adorable animals from dogs to turtles, to chickens to elephants. And just the artwork and the animated cutscenes alone are precious. The gameplay is mainly split into 2 parts. The tower, where you solve these cryptic but creative puzzles in order to release a new villager, and then going to help said villager with their quests by giving them items, crafting stuff for them, or just feeding them. If you're stuck as a statue for God knows how long, you're gonna get hungry. Get this chicken some wings! Wait. The once ghost town of the village you start with can grow quickly as you add more and more villagers, and you slowly gain access to more places and get more tools, such as the axe, a fishing pole, a shovel, and more. Each villager has a purpose and can help you on your journey, whether it be building woodcrafts for you, helping you turn ingredients into baked goods, teaching you songs on a lute that have amazing effects, and even help you get new outfits. This maybe coyote looks so cute. As you can imagine with game mechanics like these, it can get really easy to get lost in them, as you always find yourself wanting to do one more quest and help out another villager and go from here to there, and look at that, you spent hours on this game. The puzzles are nothing to sneeze at either, as all of them are engaging and even had some that were pretty decently challenging. The variety of each one is impressive, as no puzzle in the tower feels too much like the last, and it is always satisfying when you finally beat it. The game does have some issues, especially with the UI, as it can feel a bit awkward navigating through the menus, and it is a little confusing trying to select a specific item, as there are no labels around what you want, just pictures, which is mostly fine, but then you see 2 different types of logs that I could barely tell the difference for. If only there was a way to somehow mark them. Oh, I know, a name! That's me being nitpicky though. This is still a delightful game on the Switch. And if you are a fan of both cozy sim games and challenging puzzles, you can't go wrong with Lonesome Village. The next game is Square's answer to farming games, Harvestella. Originally, I was going to skip this game, as it seemed like just another farm game, but I tried the demo on stream and was genuinely surprised by it. You make a character who is transported in this village where bad stuff happens at the change of every season. And you are transported in this village along with this mysterious red-haired girl. Along with going through the story to find out where you both came from and what's going on in the world you are in now, you can also grow crops, gather materials to craft, and do what you usually do in a farm sim. Like the last game, this is split into 2 sections. The first taking care of your farm, and the second getting into the RPG part of the game by traveling through dungeons, exploring the world with party members, and fighting enemies with action-based combat. The catch is you only have a certain amount of time each day before you have to head to bed, so it's all about getting as much farming and fighting done throughout each day without exhausting yourself. I have not played Rune Factory, but I am told Harvestella is similar. Basically a farm game with a story to uncover underneath. While I am not too far into it yet, the story is intriguing and I'm super curious to see where it goes. There's magic, spells, robots, and even a fire fairy. I named them Charizard. I love how the 2 game modes connect so well, as a lot of items you need to craft and grow on your farm can be collected by just doing the dungeons in the game. You can also go to the general store, but I also like just finding them for free. There's also the conveniences of not having to repair tools and not having to fill up your watering can. Disney Dreamlight Valley has spoiled me when it comes to doing that busy work in farm sim games, And it's nice to see Harvestella doesn't make you spend time doing pointless activities like refilling your water. You do have a stamina meter along with the health bar though, and you can't really do much if your stamina runs out, so you gotta pace yourself. And if you're out of life, well, you die. Out of all the games I did a first impression on, this is the one I probably played the most, especially counting the demo I streamed, as I found myself spending hours on the cycle of growing crops, getting enough money, buying more crops, upgrading my house and weapons, buying more crops, and slowly building my magical farm from the ground up. Did I mention I bought crops? Combat is pretty typical hack and slash. You can level up, learn special moves, learn different classes, and have additional party members. The music is wonderful, the visuals are pretty and unique. The game can be a bit glitchy at points, but god, I love a good farm sim and a decent RPG, and Harvestella does both just right. I hope this game doesn't get overshadowed by the other releases this month, as when it was showed in the latest Nintendo Direct, it kind of blended in with all the other farm simulators announced. Whether you are a fan of the genre or not, I say give Harvestella a shot. Once Upon a Jester was announced in the Indie World Direct, and it was a highlight for me for sure. I was gushing about it in my Indie World video, and guess what? We're gonna gush about it now. I streamed the demo of this game earlier this year and had a blast. And the night it was announced, I streamed the game on Twitch, and my god, the game has only improved with the release of the full game. Two friends, Jester and Sock, yes, that is both their names, want to steal a diamond from the royal palace. And in order to get there, they have to win a stage competition and perform shows and earn 15 bouquets from each town. No show is the same, as you find out what the audience likes and hates as you pick the prompts on stage and see the crazy results of the show that you two pull off. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sock. There is so much about this game that makes me smile. I kind of love how everything looks like it's made of paper. I enjoy the voice acting. While it's not something typical you hear in a game, it's done by the devs and their friends, you can tell everyone performing is having fun. Speaking of performing, whether you're on or off the stage, this game is hilarious, literally making me laugh out loud. And the music is so catchy and fun. It gives off this sort of Adventure Time vibe. I know the art style is strange and the voice acting may put some people off, but trust me when I say this game is worth a buy. Once Upon a Jester is certainly a showstopper of indie games. The final game we'll be looking at today is my first introduction to the Sonic franchise, Sonic Frontiers. I've never really played a Sonic game before. I played like an hour of Sonic Mania, I played Sonic and the Secret Rings, and then I played the one that no one likes to talk about that came out the same year as Cars. So I don't have many experiences with the blue hedgehog and the crazy egg-shaped scientist. I haven't even seen the movie. But after playing Sonic Frontiers, I could say without a doubt that this game is pretty decent. Sonic and friends get sucked into this digital world, and Sonic has to rescue them by exploring this world, clearing levels, and collecting Chaos Emeralds. A lot of people call this an open-world Sonic game, and that is kinda true, but also not really. The game consists of Sonic going around the land and completing different challenges, and they can range from running obstacle courses, defeating enemies, completing time challenges, and running like a hamster wheel. You reveal parts of the map after every challenge that also show Chaos Emeralds, specific items, enemies, and portals, which those portals lead to the other type of level in Sonic Frontiers, the running stages, where Sonic does what he does best, rolling around at the speed of sound. And he's certainly rolling around. Sonic really is best at running, and it's really fun to run around the overworld, as a lot of times you can flow from one area to the next as you find a rail to ride on, bounce all over the place, collect rings. It's all just such a fun ride to just go fast and zoom around the main hub. Not to mention the bosses you fight in order to collect gears, which open the portals, are these huge robots that can lead to these awesome action moments and fights. However, I will admit, I'm not the biggest fan of the running stages, as I find myself flying all over the place, running off track, stopping or getting stuck in certain spots. Even in the overworld, I'm having trouble controlling where I am going and what I am doing. And that is a problem for a game with a lot of running. I imagine this is something that happens with Sonic games, and people might be used to Sonic's movements a lot more than I am, but I still can't say I'm a huge fan of it. The best thing about Sonic Frontiers is the flow. Running, exploring, having aimless, mindless, speedy fun. And when it gets interrupted, it can be a bit of a pain, but while it's going like the Energizer Bunny. There's a story too, but I honestly have no idea what's going on. I don't really need to. We play Sonic to go fast and have fun, not really for the plot. At least, I don't. The music though, that's a necessity with Sonic games, and as usual, the Sonic soundtrack slaps hard and is one of the best things about the game. While Sonic Frontiers is still flawed, it's still a lot of fun for old and new fans of the Blue Blur. And if you like the previous Sonic games, it is more than worth the purchase. And those are the 4 Switch games that I think are worth playing, or at least giving a try. What do you think about these games? Or are there any other games that you want to play on Switch that I missed talking about? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the like button and stay tuned for more videos. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm about to join a theater troupe as a French fry. I am a French fry, and this hat fell down.